Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss about something similar to our grouping by. It's called by partitioning by. So if both are similar, what could be the difference? Okay, basically partitioning by will always run a map with the two entries, one value for a predicate. Is it true or a false? Okay, it is possible for both entries will have empty list, but they will exist, right? But that's something grouping by will not do, since it's only create entries when they are needed. But partitioning by, even though the list is empty, it will create two entries, which is one for false and one for true. Okay, let's create a simple example and explore that. I'm going to create a new class file here. One second. So stream partitioning example. I need to have a main method. Let me create a first method. The use case, what we are going to do is we are going to retrieve the person details who has a more than height of 140, our normal condition. So static void, I can have a method name called by height. Before we directly jump into the implementation, let me open the partitioning and I'll show you how this looks like, or what are the parameters which it has in it. So the grouping by, okay, we need to look for partitioning by. Just take a look. For partitioning by, we have two methods, one with one parameter and second one with the two parameters. Correct? Let's try the first one with a single parameter and which will accept a predicate as an input. Okay. The second one, the first parameter is going to be predicate and second is going to be any collector method. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the method one. Okay. Before that, we know that the input is a predication. Okay. So let me create a predicate here. We all know that how to create a predicate. Predicate person, or I'm going to call it a P1 person dot predication. We all know that it always going to be written a boolean true or a false, right? Okay, this is my predicate. So I'm going to open a person repository to get all the person information and open the stream to process the data, and then I'm going to collect them with the help of partitioning by. Okay. I'm trying to look for the partitioning by method here, but I couldn't able to get the reference. The reason is, as we discussed earlier in the previous video, this import is not happening. Just copy that static one and paste it here. Now try that. Now we got the partitioning by. I still don't know why this particular Eclipse IDE version it's not able to refer that reference. But still, you might be able to get the reference when you try. If you are not able to get, then do the same thing which I tried. Copy paste it manually or just import it manually. Partitioning by, I'm gonna pass the predication 1 P1. So as we know, the partitioning by method, it's always going to be in a map which will contain a key and a value. So what's going to be a map elements here? Correct? The first one has to be a boolean because the predication is always going to return a boolean. So the first one is a boolean, and second is I'm retrieving list of persons. Correct? So it has to be a list of person is the value for that. Import the map. Okay, now we are good, right? So now what we are going to do, let's print the data. Person map plus map. Okay, let's call the method and see the outcome. Just run it again. So run it. See, now you got the set of data which contains a map. The first one is going to be false, which is nothing but the person who has a less than 140 as a height. And another key value is going to be true, which will nothing but the person who has a height of greater than 40. Okay, at any case, when you are using partitioning by, you will get a true or a false with empty values or some proper values, right? Okay, let's try the another method because the partitioning by has another method which will accept the two parameters, right? Okay, so let me copy the same method here by height with two param. So here what I'm going to do is I already passed the first parameter. Okay, we all know that the second parameter is going to be any kind of collector, right? So I want to return the data as a set, collectors dot to set. So now what happening? When I return as a to set, I got an error. The problem is here the outcome is a list because in previous method we just directly return as a person. So here it is set of person. So I'm gonna use a set here. Import the set. Got it? Now person map 2 here, person map 1 to differentiate that. Okay, let me try this method and see what is the outcome. Run it. See, this is the outcome of person map 2, which all again contains a true or false as a key. False contains the person who has a lesser height, and true, greater than highest, the 140. But look at the data. It's written as a set. If it is a map, it will be like the open and close parentheses, right? So you can define what kind of data you need return. It's not only collector that to set. You can do any kind of collector. You can do some mapping also. Okay. Um, Maybe we can give it a try with another. I'm going to copy the same method. Param or with the map. I'm going to use the map. Okay. So the first, I'm going to keep the same data here. So partitioning by P1, and the second one is any collector method. I'm not going to use the collector dot to set here. I want something else. Okay. I want to retrieve the person name and each and everyone's hobbies. So how are you going to do that? We need to make use of the collectors.to map, right? Which has the map method, which will help us to transform the data to one type to another type. Sorry, it's a to map, right? To map. Okay, so the key is going to be person name. Okay, and the value is going to be get hobbies, right? Okay, so now this looks good, but why is the error message? The problem is the return type here. The first value is going to be a boolean. There is no issue in that. But what is the second element which is returning as a response of this particular data? Correct? See, I'm going to do the map which contains a string and a list of string, because name is a string and hobby is a list of string. So the second parameter is going to be map, which will contains string as another key and list of string. Got it? Now let's run this method and see how it is going to return the data. So it's good, right? Person map, I can make it as a person map 3. And again, person map 3, key is always a true or false, which is nothing but the predication outcome. Okay, to map Alan. See, this is the data. Now it is printed as a map. Initially, the previous method which is written as a to set, right, which contains square brackets. Map indicates the curly brackets. So inside the map, you have a name, and the value is going to be list of string, which is nothing but inside the square brackets. Okay, so with this we came to end of this particular video. We'll see each other in the next video. Thank you.